Hello everyone. So welcome to this session on percentages. Now today's agenda is to discuss what are percentages, what CAT asks specifically in percentages, and what are the different concepts and what are the different approaches which we are going to use. Now, let's begin. And here's a little bit about myself. I graduated from IIT ISM Dhanbad and scored 99 and quarter in CAT 2020. So let's begin our discussion on percentages. Now, in a nutshell, if we have a look about what percentages are, it's about how much you obtained on what was the desired outcome multiplied by 100. That's the very basic about percentages, and that's the bare minimum requirement, and actually that's enough requirement to solve all the questions that are asked. For example, if you have 4 fruits, you ate 2 of them. How much fruit you ate? 2 out of 4. Just multiply this by 100. So you ate 50% of your fruits. Okay. You had an exam, out of 100 marks you scored 97. What is your percentage? Just multiply by 100. So 97%. This is the only concept that is required to crack any question in CAT. Okay. So now straight away let's jump to an example. Now we are familiar with these people. Okay. And it so happened that Mr. Tipendra Jethalal Gada, he scored 23, 34, 32, 26 and 36 marks, while Sonu Bhide scored 100, 100, 100, 92, 98 and again 96 marks. So you can clearly see the differences. Now take an pause this video and calculate the percentages. First of all, you have to calculate the three things. Calculate these three things. First, calculate Tapu's percentage. Second, calculate Sonu's percentage. Also calculate by how much percentage Sonu's percentage is greater than Tapu's percentage. Okay, so let me just give you a technique of solving that. All you have to do is just add up their marks and divide by the total marks. Assume that all the subjects are of 100 marks each. So for example, for Sonu Bhide, you will have 100 out of 100, 100 out of 100 again, 92 upon 100, 98 upon 100 and 96 upon 100. So the total marks is 500, whereas we have 8 to 10 and 14, so 486 out of 500. That's her total marks. Okay. Now to calculate her percentage, you'll just divide and multiply by 100, and that will be your percentage. Okay. So that's the only concept that is required to solve any kind of question on percentages. There is no need to go for any other kind of formula and stuff, which makes things just complicated. Okay, so let's straight away move to some examples. So the first example says 20% of a number when subtracted from 108 gives the number itself. Find the number. Okay. Now when we see 20% of a number, we don't know what the number is. So let's assume the number to be x. Now 20% of it, so 20 by 100 into x. Okay. So we have to find 20% of a number, therefore we have multiplied by 20 and then divided by 100. So that's 20% of the number. Okay. When subtracted from 108, so this number is subtracted from 108 and it gives the number itself. So this is a very simple linear equation. Now if we try to solve this, we will get 108 equals x plus x by 5, which is equal to 6x by 5, and just x equal to 60. That will be our answer. Okay, I believe I have done my calculation right. Okay, there will be 18, so 90 is our answer. Okay, so that's question number 1 for you. Question number 2 says, in an election, the candidate who scored 60% of the votes won by 200 votes. Find the total number of voters on the voting list. If 66.67% people cast their vote, then there were no invalid votes. Now there are a couple of concepts which need to be learned while we are attempting to solve this question. First of all, let's keep in mind that let there be n number of voters. Okay, in the voting list, a kind of voting list is created which has n number of voters. Now 66.67% people cast their votes. Now we need to remember this thing. This is a very important number. 66.67 means 2 by 3. Okay, so when we do 2 by 3 and multiply it by 100, we will get 66.67 and as an approximate value, and this is what I am using over here. So if there were n number of voters and 66.67 percentage of people cast their votes, that means the number of people who cast their vote will be 2 by 3n. Okay, now let's call this number as x. 2 by 3n equal to x. Now among this x number of people, 60% of people voted for the winner, therefore naturally 40% will vote for the loser. Okay, and what is the difference of their votes? 60% minus 40%, that is 20% of x, which is equal to 200. So we just have to put 20 by 100 into x, and x is 2 by 3n. This is equal to 200. So after just solving this, we will get our answer. So 5. So the answer n is 1500, and that is our answer. Okay. We have to find total number of votes. Okay, so the n is 1500. Next question says, Aman's salary is 75% more than Shamli's. Aman got a raise of 40% while Shamli got 25% raise. What is the by what percent is Aman's salary more than Shamli's? Now whenever we encounter such kind of question in which a certain kind of raise or depreciation or increment is provided, we just have to make sort of a chart. So it's just because here we can see that there are only 2 people involved, but now in case when more than 2 people are involved, making a chart really simplifies things. So Aman and Shamli, these are 2 people. Now let the initial salary of Shamli be x. So Aman's salary is 75% more than x, so it will be x plus 75 by 100 times x. Okay, so if we solve this, this will be 3 by 4, so this will be 7 by 4x. Okay, so if this is x, this is 7 by 4x. Aman got a raise of 40%, so his new salary will be 7 by 4x into 140 by 100. Now you need to it is a task for you to understand how did I use 140 by 100, and Shamli's salary increased by 25%, so it will be x into 1 plus 25 by 100, which is x into 125 by 100. Again, it's a task for you to understand how did I write this. Okay, so again now we have to just calculate by how much percent now Aman's salary is more than Shamli's. It's a very easy calculation. Just suppose this is a, this is b, the difference will be a minus b. Aman's salary is more than Shamli's. You have to calculate on basis of Shamli's, so by b into 100%. So just calculate the value of a from here, b from here, and put those value here, and you will get the answer. Okay, so it's a very, very simple concept. All that is required is to understand what is required and divided by what is the total value multiplied by 100. Okay, and that will give you the required percentage. Now the last question for today, a number first increases by 20%. So a number, it increases by 20%, so it will become 1.2x. Again, it's up to you to figure out how did I write 1.2x. And then again decreased by 20%, so decreased by 20%, so it will become 1.2x into 1 minus 20 by 100, which is equal to 0.96x. By how much is the final result more or less than the original number? So the original number here, as we can see, was x, final number is 0.96x, so the difference is minus 0.04x upon x into 100, which is 4%, and the minus sign increased, that the number has decreased. So I guess these are the 4 examples which are sufficient to understand any concept related to percentages. Now all that is required from your side is to practice about 200 questions from percentages, and that's more than enough to crack any question regarding to CAT. Okay, now what CAT asks, let's just discuss that. CAT will never ask you to, okay, this is the marks and this is the total marks, calculate the percentages. It is never going to ask you such simple questions. These are 4th standard questions. Okay, what CAT is going to ask you is the application based question, as we can see over here, and in the second question in fact also. First one is a straightforward question. It's rarely asked in CAT, but these three questions are expected and can be expected to be asked in CAT examination. So just make sure you are practicing CAT level questions. Okay, there are n number of sources available, and you can practice from any book or any PDF or any coaching institute material for that matter. But make sure you are practicing CAT level questions. Neither you are solving the standard 4 questions, and neither you are trying to do PhD in such examinations. You have to make sure that the level is optimum and you are solving just about the right thing. Thank you.